Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for another session where I discuss things that I learned while visiting residential cleaning service offices. Last week, my 23rd trip took me to Montgomery, Alabama. What an amazing week it was. Probably the reason why most weeks are amazing, it's due to the owner that owns that company. Jeremy Smith is truly an entrepreneur and owns Above and Beyond Cleaning in Montgomery, Alabama. He has a cleaning staff that is simply amazing as well. They're fun, intelligent ladies who were so eager to learn a process of cleaning that leaves the home perfect every single time. I'd like to discuss with you the 3 things I learned on this trip. And the first one was very entrepreneurial. I've been told for about 9 years now since I started Rags to Riches that I really need to read the E-Myth. And I'm embarrassed to say I have never read the E-Myth. But Jeremy made the same suggestion and took it one step further. He put me on that plane with the book. Thank you, Jeremy. It's a fabulous book. And if you have never read it before, I highly recommend you pick it up and start reading it tomorrow. I probably like it a lot because it is very similar to what I have been teaching for the last 9 years, the entrepreneur management technician concept. I teach leadership versus management. I rarely cover the technician level because most of the owners that I am fortunate enough to work with are no longer cleaning homes, which would be the technician level in our business. But let me discuss the other 2 things I learned in this office. One that is very much a technician level, and that's a trick when it comes to cleaning the microwave. For those of you that use core training, you know that I teach in there to put a cup of water in the microwave when the microwave looks like a gremlin was shot off in it and it's dried for 4 days. And let that steam from a cup of water just work that food loose. We put it in there for about 4 minutes, so we're dealing with very hot water in a cup. Well, Jeremy, bless their hearts, took this to a duh moment for me. They simply spray the food with whatever cleaner they're using to clean the microwave, whether it be deionized water or disinfectant cleaner. They close the door for 45 seconds and they open it up and wipe it right out. Again, duh, why didn't I think of that? So please, if you're messing around with that cup from core training, switch that to directly spraying into the microwave and your lives will be 3 minutes faster and a lot easier. The last thing I want to discuss that I learned at Above and Beyond is the management side and the power of leaving a home perfect every time you clean it. On Thursday evening, we were running a little late. Whenever you have a training day, please always take a job away from a team. Never add it, which unfortunately lots of owners do. You are now running short on cleaners or you wouldn't have a trainee there in the first place. So many times you overbook that team because now they got another person who's really no help that day if you train them the right way. We were running again a little late because we were training and we had a lady who was having a dinner party at 5 o'clock. At 4:15, 2 teams merged into this house, so there's 5 people in the home, including myself, makes 6. The client gets home at 5 to 5, and of course we're in her house and really have barely started. And she is very sweet. One of the nicest ladies I've ever met. And she says, "It's okay." I'm thinking, yeah, right. So about 5 after 5, she came in the kitchen and said, "My husband and I are going to run a couple of errands." I said, "Well, we will certainly be out of here by the time you get back." They got back at 20 to 6. We're all still there cleaning with the floors to do. I am very embarrassed. I am apologizing all over the place. She keeps saying it's okay. We leave, go home. The next morning, we have our final Friday morning meeting, which is called Change, Choice, and Champion. So I'm getting them all worked up and motivated, and halfway through the meeting, Jeremy's phone rings. He goes out in the hallway, comes back in and says, "It was the lady we cleaned last night." Of course, all of our hearts are dropping. We're like, oh my gosh, she must be so angry. Actually, the reason she called was to give Jeremy a referral she'd been meaning to give to him for months now, but the cleanings were never quite perfect, so she wasn't sure. This time she wanted to be sure and call and give him that referral. Folks, we had 6 people in her house. We were 40 minutes late for her dinner party, and she called up and gave Jeremy a referral. If that doesn't tell you the power of perfect cleanings, nothing will. And yes, can a home be cleaned perfect every single time? Almost. Mistakes do happen, but rarely when you have a process in place that ensures that your cleaners get every single thing clean every single time. So if you don't have a process, I highly recommend that you take a good hard look at core training, which is now online and remarkably convenient, and that certainly you have aprons for your cleaners. If I can be of any help, give me a call and do everything you can to get the power of perfect cleanings in your hands as fast as possible. Thanks for joining me, and I can't wait to share with you what I have learned at my 24th office, Rochester, New York. See you in a couple of weeks.